Hey everybody, Tommy G,
Man, PJ.
and we are getting ready to fly on out, aren't we? Going
Yeah.
going to Honolulu. That's kind of nice. We're taking Alaska. It's an afternoon flight. Yesterday we just played the Herbisaur as a team. Flew charter out this morning. We're going this afternoon. Seattle behind us. Can't wait to get out of here.
Yeah.
About that last game, man.
I don't even want to talk about it.
Just gonna just lay back in
It
your neck.
was it was a bad one, Tom. We got our hats handed to us. I don't know if we thought because we'd won 3 in a row that we were just going to come in here and make it 4. I don't know what happened, but the Herbisaurs educated us, and they educated us toot sweet, man. You got to play every game, man.
They did. They did. Let's put this city in the rear view.
Now with the new breakdown, Tommy, I do we face the Herbisaurs again, or was this our one and only time in
uh,
Seattle?
I think I think this is the only time we play them. Right there in the other conference, I believe. Well, let's
Okay.
see. I can look that up
Ah.
while we're flying here. Let me go over the other screen real quick. I can check this out.
Because I'm fearing some retribution for the Fiona Clark
Oh.
beanball.
Well, our first pitcher, Jeff Benson, did okay. This is the picture I was going to swap it out for. He started off well, and then he started to choke, and pretty soon we were in a bad spot.
Yeah. Like
Uh,
you say, the first
the
two
first one.
innings he looked really good.
Oh yeah,
And then that third inning he just kind of fell apart, and it was just couldn't get anything past anybody.
yeah, yeah. Do I have the schedule? Oh, I do. I have the schedule. So let's see here. It's already on my list here, but I don't see it. Doesn't show the whole season though.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
if I fade in, um, I don't think that. Well, no, I need not the schedule, but I need the standings. Let me see if I can find the list of our standings here somewhere on my laptop. But keep talking amongst yourself. Amongst yourself.
Yeah. Like I say,
There you go.
I kind of was excited for Benson. He didn't have a record yet. We got the 1-0 lead, and he locked it. He was pretty good. Like I say, locked it down first 2 innings. But then, then things just fell apart in the third, and then he had another rough outing in the fifth. So
Yeah, this is from earlier. But the Herbisaurs are in our conference, so we will play them again.
okay, we'll face them again.
Yeah, back down in Texas. So yeah, look out, Pete. And yeah, so I mean, yeah, and again, it was like I think we were saying at the game, we had hits wise, we're really close. They had 14, we had 12.
Yeah, once again, we're getting hits. We're just not. It's not equating to runs. We're just
Right.
not getting people around the base path and across home plate. So again, it's great to hit for average, but if you're not scoring, it's like you say, you get beat.
That pointer was just.
I don't know. Go ahead.
I was just saying that pointer was just showing where the baseball field was. There's downtown Tacoma. I had the stuff already marked earlier as we fly away from it. So I'm sorry, what were you saying?
Is that Mount Rainier back there?
Or is it McKinley?
Could be McKinley.
What one is close to Seattle?
I don't know.
There's a lot of happy Grunt Manley fans down there.
Yeah. Yeah, and they should be. I mean, again, the Herbisaurs just blew up. We came to Tacoma at the wrong time.
And that's what I was going to say was that we had we usually have a bad inning, and we had that first one where we give up 5 runs. It was like, well, here it is. There's that bad inning, and then we had another one with 6 runs. Just 11, all 11 runs scored in just 2 innings. The other 7 innings were pretty close baseball.
Yeah. I mean, like you were saying, it's if you could erase those 2 innings, you know, it's a completely different ball game. Unfortunately, we can't.
Yeah.
And like I say, a lot of it was pitching. I just, there wasn't a lot of. Benson just lost it. He just couldn't. He would. I think it almost he'd get an out. The first one it was a strikeout. He struck out the first batter. He saw him pounding his chest. He was excited, and then he couldn't get a pitch past anybody after that. Everybody were just teeing off on him. So it was a weird game. Just a weird game.
Well, and then we pull in. So we left him in for a while.
Yeah.
And I know we say we usually shouldn't, but as it turns out, well, he gave up 2 home runs. I mean, he gave up some runs, but he was hanging in there. If we would have got some offense, it would have. I didn't feel today like I usually do. That we should have pulled him much sooner. I thought he could have responded a little, but then we brought in Leyland Bull, and we didn't get that. And you'd think Leyland Bull come in. I mean, Jeff Benson pitched above his skill level, even though he gave up those runs and did poorly. He pitched pretty well for a D+ pitcher. Leyland Bull comes out, and you expect a lot more from him, and he didn't. He gave up 6 runs in his inning. Or
no, he gave up 2. Benson gave up 4.
Oh, didn't he give? I thought he gave up like 3.
Well, again, the way you count it is they got on base while Benson was pitching. So the runs get charged to Jeff Benson, but the hits happened while Bull was pitching.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So those runs get charged to Jeff Benson because he was the one to put him on base. So
yeah.
But like I say, I would say, yeah, Leyland Bull didn't look great when he came out, but by the same token, I think he inherited a bases loaded situation. It wasn't a great situation to come into.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and then he ends up, then he hits Fiona Clark, our old friend, and
she was asking for it.
Injures her, and then gets rattled, and then gives up a couple more runs, and it's one of those things. As they start scoring, it's like we even said, we don't know what to do. We just can't stop the flow. It's like you want to call a timeout.
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, it's weird because nothing seems to upset the flow of things.
Yeah.
You're trying to find something to break up the flow, and he's only got 3 pitches. So yeah.
Yeah.
You keep mixing them up, you're moving the pitches around to different places, and it doesn't matter. I think one of the home runs that was hit, that pitch was thrown way outside. It was outside the strike zone because he had gone up 2 strikes, had no balls. So he's like, I'm throwing this one away.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
And it was not even in the strike zone. It was off the plate, and he hits it out for a home run. And you're like, I don't know what to do with that.
Yeah.
If I would have missed, and it would have been over the heart of the plate or something, then you go, oh, yep, that was my.
Yeah.
My bad, but you're like, that pitch was outside, way outside. I was hoping to get him to chase.
Yeah. Well,
I threw a ball he couldn't hit, and he drives it for a home run.
I had that one that we threw. I don't know if it was him or not, but I forget who he threw it to. Like literally missed on the curveball low, and it was down about to strike the dirt, and whoever the hitter was reached down and fouled it off.
Yeah.
How'd you even get a hold of that thing?
Yeah. From my vantage point, it looked like it did skip off the ground. It looked like it hit the ground, bounced off the catcher, and the hitter hit, then hit the ball. You're like,
literally like a
what
cricket,
is happening?
A cricket pitch.
Yeah.
Played it off the bounce.
What is happening right now? Why is it they're hitting every freaking thing?
Crushed. Yeah, and then Ken Bernal. I mean, our DH are bringing Ken Bernal. And he is good, and he's a great hitter. He's still now, even after this game, he's hitting 471 or so, almost hitting 500.
Yeah.
and it goes over 4.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, we get all those home runs. We don't get. And was it Chili Little's home run that was center field upper deck?
Yeah.
I think it was.
Yeah.
He gets player of the game. That was beautiful. That was a beautiful home run. I was jealous of that one.
Yeah.
I like those night baseball games though.
I do too.
Even though.
Very picturesque.
Yeah. Well, so the next one can't be that bad. Whatever happens, right? We can't lose 14 to.
Right. Right. We get back in the swing of things. We got to get back to our A game. Again, some of the same old things kind of reared their ugly head. Some defensive mistakes. A lot of problems with speed. That's another one of those things where Noel McLean, love the guy. He's great, but he gets on base, but you can't move him.
Yeah.
He's got no speed whatsoever, and if you try to pinch run for him, well, then he's out, and you don't want to take him out. But he was 4 for 4 last night.
Yeah.
And every time he got on first base, you want to try and move him, but you can't because he's got no speed.
Yeah. Then it was like, I mean, that could come into play in a game where it's like late game, you know, and he's on, and you do the pinch like you said, but yeah, you don't want to pull him out when he's 4.
Yeah, and just to break up the double play possibility, you know.
Yeah.
But you can't, you know, and again, you can't get him to steal, which makes him basically a sitting duck and a great opportunity for a double play.
Do you remember who got it?
Marcus Murillo, we could have had a double play on that one, but he was too slow, didn't run up on the ball, you know, quick enough. And you're like, come on.
Well, we didn't have Swindle Ethan tonight because he was tense. I mean, he still may have hit well. Do you remember who got our home run? Was that No McLean? Or was it somebody else?
I think it was Spray Bellamy. Or was it Corbin Yurta?
It might have been Huerta, yeah, because Bellamy was 0 for 3 when we yanked him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it was Corbin Huerta.
It was Corbin Yurta. Yeah, he got one. Yeah. Which was nice. It was good to see him go. And then, like I say, the first run they scored started with a Marcus Murillo double, and then Noel McLean hits the single and brings him home. I like seeing that stuff. That's the stuff you want to see from the Ramblers.
Right.
Extreme contact specialists, that's what they're going to do. They're going to get hits and just keep moving guys around the base paths. But with the exception of that, we didn't get anything else going.
Yeah, we got to get the defense. We got to find a way to get to clamp down on the other team. We do very well or okay at offense, but we almost always do poorly at defense.
Yeah.
And that's the difference. That's what we need to figure out. And I don't think I mean, we still have a winning record. I mean, I want to say I don't think we could do it with this lineup, but we still are. Do we have a winning record still, or do we even out?
I think we're 500.
We're 500 now?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not positive.
So I think maybe, I mean, if we do make a change, I don't know if we need to do much. I think maybe this whole season we drop 2 and pick up 2. But whoever they are, they got to have some speed and some defensive capability.
Yeah. Well, that's it. And then we talked about that too, like going back to what you're saying is about just being able to lock it down. I mean, I'd like to see us pick up a pitcher, you know, that we can, because like you were saying, we got a 4-string pitcher who's a B+, which was like, and he was pitching well. I mean, he had an ERA of under 2 when he came in, but he pitched one fewer games than he was supposed to because he got knocked out after the first pitch of his first game, I think it was. Yeah. So he looks a little bit better on paper, but that's because he just hasn't had as much experience as he should have.
Right.
So yeah, I'd like to. I'm with you. I'd like to get, especially, even if it's just for late innings. You know, if you've got a lead, start pulling out some of those, like Noel McLean. You know, you get
Yeah.
to the 6th or 7th inning, if you've got a lead, pull him out and bring in a speedier, uh, shortstop
Yeah.
because, that will cut down on the amount of balls that get between that will roll into left field, because 'cause he'll be able to cover that area a bit better.
Yeah.
Thing on the other side, if we can get a speedier second baseman, then, late innings, if we got a lead, we can pull Marcus Murillo and put that speedier second baseman in there, and then, like I say, hopefully that will start to cut down on some of those balls that
Yeah.
squirt through into the outfield.
Look at that, folks. Pete was talking for the last 4 hours.
Once they get on a roll, folks, you don't wanna be around.
It's a tangent. I forgot what I was gonna say. He's got his drink and his snack still sitting in front of him there. You can eat that. Yeah, all right. So we're coming down into a nice looking sunset here. Here you can see coming down to the southwest, up to the. We're not even gonna pass over the Big Island. We're just gonna go straight over to Oahu, circle down in. It's been a while since we've been to Hawaii.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be honest with you, the Nemesis, man, I get a cold chill down my back every time. I don't know why, but
Unfortunately,
they've always been a tough team.
Unfortunately, I didn't bring something to show where the standings are now. I just had that old I think, right? Let me double check here. Let's see if I got the latest standings thing I see. I don't think this is standings. That's stats. Looking for standings. Not seeing it. Not seeing it. Yeah, it's gonna be so old it's obsolete. This was the. This one here is before we played the one I'm looking at is before we played the Sawteeth. So, never mind. Well, I do have this. Some of the league leaders. As far as they go, I mean, they got Jackie Slam for RBIs. She's tied. Well, no, she's third for RBIs, right behind Noah McLean, actually.
Yeah.
So we got to watch out for Jackie Slam. But there again, you see, batting averages. Noah McLean, Repo Leafs, both leading the league. Then you got Leonard Landry, and then Corbin Huerta. So we got 3 of the top 4.
Yeah.
And even home runs, we got 2 guys tied for second. Noah McLean, Spray Bellamy, and then Swindle Heath 4, tied for third.
Billy Dexter's is on there for 5.
Oh, is he? I didn't even notice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anthony Dexley, Chimo Gaspar leading the thing right now, and then
what if the B-Wolves cut Anthony Dexter's?
That'd be crazy. We'd have to give up everything we could for him. Jackie Slam also third on extra base hits though, so she's got 9 extra base hits behind Musto. So we got to watch out. Anytime you see Jackie Slam at the plate, we got Tobias Glover throwing against her, right?
I think so. Yeah, we're going back to the top of the order, right? We've got 4 starters.
Yeah, and I thought, Toby Glover, I thought he was going to be. He got that player development. I forgot what it was. Was he the new mattress? No, he added. Well, I thought we were working on Tus Gutierrez, but yeah. So he's got some improvements coming into this game. So
yeah.
I forgot who was he throwing against. I got it on the. Oh, yeah, here it is. Ansel Cruz. All right, so Ansel Cruz is a good pitcher. One of the best.
Yeah. Yeah, he is. So it doesn't get easier. Jem Qualita, like I said, she's one of the better ones too. She's been, although she's gotten rocked a little bit here in the early going, but yeah, she was able to rebound against us. We went up against who else did we just beat? We just beat somebody else that was a really good pitcher.
I don't know. Well, Kay Frequent's good, but she beat us. Barry Hillzone, I think, is okay. We got to face Stubby Tubrick. I think he's pretty good. Not their best guy. Bergenberg, I'd never even heard of him for the Overdogs. That doesn't mean
Yeah.
he's not good.
Right.
Benson's going to throw next against the Wildcats. So we got, this is after Hawaii, we go back and 7 games.
That's a lot. And on
Yeah.
the one hand, you're like, oh, cool, we got 7 games at home. The only problem is, that the last month of the season, there's going to be 7 games on the road.
Yeah.
We're going to be on the road for a really long time in the second half of the season. So.
Well, speaking of which, so I mean, we'll be home after this one, or after this next one. We'll be home for a month. So on the road, we could actually do some driving.
Yes, sir.
I think we're parked right now in southwestern Nebraska.
Yeah, McCook.
Yeah, we got actually Trenton, I think, which is just southwest of McCook. But yeah, it's one of those. That's one of those towns. It's not a deliverable town. But it's
a gas station.
Yeah, and as I pulled into it, just on the right, there was a sign for Trenton, and it gave the population. I think it was in the hundreds. I think it was like 150 or something like that. It was very small. But yeah, I'll be excited to do some driving if you're available and around. We also got through Epic, we got Farm Simulator 2022 for free.
That's true.
So we
got to start a farm.
Yeah, we are sort of wanting to do one in 19 again, but I didn't want to do that same old farm. I think we kind of farmed out that area. Like we had our farm, then we sold it, bought another one, then we sold that, bought another one, and then we sort of ran out of money, and it wasn't our finest hour.
No.
So it seemed.
And I blame myself a bit because I never bothered to learn or read any of it.
Yeah. Well, that's
part. Got into tractors and did stuff,
Yeah. Well, that's part of it, and then I also don't think we took the business aspect of it very seriously. I know myself. I speak for myself. I think we bought things when we should have leased. There's a weird light effect.
That's what really happens in nature.
Yeah.
when you fly, you'll see it.
The sun got down at just the right angle where it turned everything all red. Golden red. Actually, it looks like the sun is coming from this vantage point, but it's actually on the other side of the plane. Yeah, and flying with the sun, we've been in, and we're just now getting stars. Anyway, yeah, so I think this time we want to be more cognizant of the business and try and determine what we should own and what we should lease. I don't know if we need to also do jobs for other people to make extra cash. Like I don't know the different, what other options they have. I haven't watched anybody else play it.
Yeah, me neither. But yeah, I mean, I had a different farming game. Can't remember what the name of it was, but and yeah, one of the biggest parts was that you had to kind of help your neighbors do jobs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And like you said, you just rattled off a bunch of stuff, and I didn't know either. And I think that's a big part of the reason why we kept failing is because we just thought you buy a farm, you plant some crop, boom, done. But like I say, I think there's more to it. And I mean, again, would you say the fault was all ours, or would you say that maybe the game should have done a little bit better job?
Yeah, there could be some better maybe hints or something.
Right.
Not that the game has to. I don't want it to where it says, oh, do this next, but it was not easy to, like, literally you'd have to go into a menu and sit and read about a thing, whereas if it had like a tech tree or something that would show you, hey, it looks like you want to grow beets, well, these are the kind of farm implements you're going to need for beets. You're going to need this, 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 and this. So essentially, if it had like, oh, this is the type of crop you're fixating on.
Right.
Here's what you need to take this crop from season to season.
Yeah,
that's
what I felt, because it didn't seem like it gave you any sort of assistance.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to throw out another question. Do you think that was because we were playing multiplayer?
No, I don't think so. I don't think
Okay.
there's any different. I think I started in single player and it didn't have any extra like tool tips. Yeah, yeah, because
But
you figure.
sometimes a game, you know, if you're playing solo, it kind of does that where it kind of walks you through.
Yeah, like a tutorial.
But yeah, but if you're playing multiplayer, it kind of goes, oh well, since you know what
Yeah.
you're doing, we'll turn that off.
Well, I
You
guess
know?
maybe we check that out.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's the case. Yeah, and this type of sim that people pick up because you want to learn about it. You know,
Right.
you don't simply just want to. They wouldn't expect. Oh yeah, you're a farmer and you know what you're doing. It's like, well, no, I'd like to learn the ropes. How do you do this thing? A couple of
Exactly.
suburban guys from Chicago.
Right. Otherwise, you get the experience we had, which is you don't know what you're doing
Yeah,
and you fail, so you try to start over again and you fail again.
and
It's
you
like,
spend it. We don't like losing money. Our trucking
yeah,
businesses are doing well.
right. Well, that's the thing, and then lo and behold, you stop going to the farm. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
you're like, okay, well, I'll stick to driving truck.
right. So that'll be fun. We'll have like a Texas farm somewhere. Let's see.
I'm looking forward to getting into that. I picked up off-road mechanic simulator.
Oh, you did? Okay, cool. When are
Yeah,
we gonna see that?
soon. And because I also got motorcycle mechanic simulator,
Yeah.
and I got the scooter and the EV vehicles DLC. So
Okay.
yeah, so I've got that. I've got the airplane accident game. I got airplane
Yeah.
mechanic simulator. Well, I got a lot of simulator games. I like
Yeah.
simulator games.
Yeah, me too. I have an interest in these real world things. So it's like, and a lot generally things I can't do. I mean, I've been doing more flying actually in this. I found that this one runs VR pretty great.
Okay.
So I do a lot of VR flying in this, and it's just like being in a plane. I mean, I flew from Wheeling down to DuPage, down to Lewis University. I flew out over Page, Arizona. They've got a challenge. It was over Page, Arizona, and I realized we drove by there in Truck Simulator. There's a dam there. I don't know if you remember out in Page, but I flew over that dam. Did a short runway landing. So I've been doing this. It's a lot of fun.
Are you going to post any of these?
Well, it's tough in. I mean, I could try recording one in VR, yeah, but it's a little tough because it doesn't look as good. I don't think. I think it records like in a native. Although I have something called an Oculus Mirror, which mirrors the thing and makes it bigger. I could do that, but then I have to apply like a head shaker filter to it to sort of steady it a little because it measures the end of the VR headset, and it tends to be a lot of jitter. So I don't know. I'll try it. I'll see if.
Okay.
But then I'm flying with Matt, and I want to try and do something, and I was going to do it by myself, but I thought, well, maybe I'll ask Matt if he wants to do it, where I've always wanted to drive Route 66
Yeah.
at some point in my life, and my wife, not quite as excited about the prospect, maybe, but if and the option is I don't get to do it, I thought, well, maybe I'll fly over it virtually at least to see the country between here and there, start off in Chicago, go out to LA. And stop them. So we may do a custom created bush trip doing that, stopping at little airports along the Route 66.
Very cool. That'll be cool.
And then maybe on the way back, do like the reverse Lewis and Clark trip from the Pacific Northwest through Montana, North Dakota, down to Missouri,
That'd be cool.
and into St. Louis.
That would be some good viewing, man. Get those up on the channel.
All right, sir. I'll get right. Okay, I gotta go. No, I'm kidding. And then there's also I've seen these. I sent you one video. I've seen these Beam NG
Yeah.
driving things, and it's this really realistic driving simulator with super realistic physics and car models, and so you get these amazingly accurate crashes In fact, there's tons and tons of people doing crash videos. And I thought, well, you know, one thing, like this one guy does them and you can see there's a crash and then he shows you to the fact how each of the participants fared. Like these people died, these people went to the hospital. But I
Yeah.
thought, you know, it might be fun if we were to do something like this where I did one and I would set it up and I'd run a crash and I'd get a summary of it. And then I would run it sort of, I would come in with you and you could just take a look at the aftermath. Sort of like the responding officer. We'd be like, okay, let's see what's going on here. There's this car over here, this one's here. And I could even give like a story that each of the witnesses would give. And you could put together, you know, what you thought was happened, who you think's culpable and stuff like that. And then at the end, watch the replay to see how close or far you were from what actually happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I thought, well, that might be fun, especially if, you know, in a situation where it's like, okay, this driver's deceased or whatever, you can't ask them anything. This one's in the hospital or whatever. This one over here says, you know, they had sort of limited involvement, and, you know, I could make up a thing that's either accurate or slightly accurate, or if the person's culpable, maybe even a lie, you know. So you'd have to be like, all right, I don't know. I don't know if this guy's telling what it looks like. It looks like this car bounced off of this one. I get mixed stories from these guys. These two people seem to be on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I thought it could be fun, although maybe that'll never happen because it just seemed like such a big production thing. But I thought, well, that could be fun.
Yeah.
Accident investigator series.
Yeah. Well, there's that accident game where they have.
That's right, you got that, yeah.
Stuff. Well, I've got the plane accident one. I don't have the other one. The other one's on my wish list, though.
Yeah. Well, in this situation, you'd get to see a replay and be like, oh, so it was this guy's fault, or holy crap, he just totally, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Well, that one video you sent me, he goes flying off of the roadway and you know, flies out onto the, what was it, the highway or the freeway underneath and stuff.
Yeah.
So
it's funny
crap.
stuff.
Yeah.
All right, real quick to touch one more thing because we didn't cover one. I brought this. I guess we didn't really talk about the Nemesis. This is their stats right now. So what do we say? It was Jackie Slam that was the one who was doing all great?
I think Jackie Slam is in the top 10 for extra base hits.
Yeah, that was on famous back
7 doubles. Yeah, she's got. Extra base hits. What was the other one? I don't think it was Jackie Slam.
Yeah, no, it was Jackie Slam. She's 15 RBIs. Right for third for RBIs. Yes.
Well, yeah, with 7 doubles, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's hitting 364. She got 15 RBIs. We're starting to see the island coming in here. Actually, we're just
7 doubles, 5 walks, 1 triple. Yeah, so she's hitting a ton.
Yeah, so this
Jackie Slam is the one to look out for.
This right here, this in the background, this is about where, pretty near the front of the engines where the stadium is. But anyway, let me fade back in. Yeah, so she's
going shout out. He's at 136.
Yeah, that's not all.
He's supposed to be a superstar, isn't he?
I don't know if he is or not. He was with the Cats last year. He left them with the Cats and then came back here, but he's only hitting 136. Yeah, I mean,
struck out 13 times.
Yeah, Javier is always. Let's see, Javier Jock Sports. It's tough because Javier is usually good. He's hitting okay. Jock Sports is usually great, and he's hitting okay. He could turn it on. Mashed Taters. It's got 9 RBIs. Yeah, then once you get to Jackie Slam, she's 15. Hito Mushada's underperforming. Javier Hotier, 306 with 10 RBIs. Stacey Staples, 516. It's really not until you get down to Brian Pickleford that you could sort of relax a little bit. Gabby Ganez.
designated hit, and she's hitting 375.
For home runs, it's really Staples and Hotier. Or well, but that doesn't mean the others won't.
Right. I mean, Jock Sports and Mash Taters, they both got 2.
Yeah, but for RBIs, yeah, you got Jackie Slam, Javier Hotier, and Mash Taters. Big.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna be sick with text going on out here. We're gonna land in the ocean. I think we're coming around. Let's see, where are we at on the flight here? We got 3 just over. Yes, well, the sun just went down. I think we're looking south here out over the. This is where we sunk a couple midget
Everybody
subs.
says the ocean is so blue. This is black. Black.
It's like
I didn't
tar.
realize how bad the problem was. Yeah. I heard about the pollution thing, but I didn't realize it was so bad. Jeez.
Well, you can see some constellations. I think I saw Scorpio. So anyway, yeah. So 3 minutes left. Pretty soon we'll be on the ground, and then you can see us in that next game for the. I put the spoilers for it. You can see us. Come watch at Shaka Sports Turn. It's always now you like playing there, right? We won a championship in this stadium with the B-Wolves. So
we do, yeah, and I do enjoy. I enjoy playing the game. I didn't have a really good game in the last game, but like I said, we just got to get back in the swing of things. That's all. Wow, yeah. We're a little low, aren't we?
So we're turning on a final.
Oh,
noise abatement. You got to come out over the ocean and you hook it back in over there.
I could see what that guy was cooking on his grill.
Yeah, there's Honolulu in the background. And that.
Yeah, so we'll get after him. We'll have a good game. We're going to have our number 1 on the pitcher's mound. We've had some good luck with him, and hopefully I can resuscitate my offense a little bit, and yeah, we'll get back into the swing of things. It's tough when you get, you take the time off. It's amazing how just out of sorts you feel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't remember how did we do this? I can't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I still think I need to get a Logitech F310. If anybody from Logitech is out there and would like to just send me one, I would appreciate it.
Ooh, that's a hard landing.
That's a bit of a hard landing, yes, sir. I'm gonna have another drink before we get out of here.
Yeah, so
I think that'll help too, because like I said, I've said it before, but the directional pad and the stick are inverted. They're in different places on this controller, which is not helping me. I've been playing Super Mega Baseball with the same controller for 5 seasons, 6 seasons.
Yeah, well, and then we'll play quick again here. We don't usually have this, where we have a Sunday game and a Monday flight, but then. Our next, we're gonna get one here again in a couple days, and then we fly back to so we'll keep them going and we'll get better. We were at skill level 55, which was different for us, so we just got to settle in on that. I think we'll get back in the swing of things. We won't do this poorly for that long.
I hope not. Yeah, yeah. Like you say, a couple of things working against us, both the time off and then the increase in ego, but. And it usually takes you, after you increase the ego, there's usually a game or two where you need to kind of adjust to the new reality.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Well, we're going to wrap it up then. Here we got 30 seconds left. Until then, I guess we'll see you at Shaka Sports Turf pretty darn quick. This is Tommy G.
And this is PJ. And we're saying, get out of here. Well, don't get out of here. Just you got to wait till.
Yeah, well, you got. Well, actually, you got 10 more seconds left. So
okay,
get out of here.
Get out of here.
8, 7, 6. Okay, get out of here now. Okay.
You want me to sign that for you? I'll do that for $5.